Have you been curious about Axie Infinity? Their future plans? If so, you're in the right place, my friends. What's up everybody in Metaverse? I appreciate you coming by. I'm your guy, Metaverse J, where I make everything in the Metaverse easy to understand. Today we're going to talk about Axie Infinity's hype towards its massive future changes. So sit back, relax, as I go over all the game's awesome future changes. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell for more awesome content on your way. Let's get into the meta. Axie Infinity is a unique game for the traditional console and computer games, like Super Mario, Sonic, Final Fantasy, League of Legends, Dota, and many more. Axie Infinity incorporates non-fungible tokens, or NFTs in the formula. People participate in this game mostly to gain money. Investing, on the other hand, entails risk. Your final decision should be based on your risk tolerance, portfolio, and comprehensive analysis. Like I always say, do your research before investing in NFT games and cryptocurrency. Axie Infinity is a game, so I recommend playing it if you enjoy it. It might also be a good idea to invest in SLP and AX if you have the know-how and the stomach for crypto investing. Through the years of Axie Infinity faced different changes that made the game we know today. Before going further into why Axie Infinity will be huge this year, let's take a look at the evolution of Axie Infinity. We will look into the evolution and how the game is used to look like in 2018. Here we have version 1, or the beginning of the game's gameplay. This one is the current gameplay we know. And here at last we have a sneak peek at version 3 of Axie Infinity. This screenshot and video were teased on the game's Twitter page. Let me emphasize the graphics you are seeing on the screen right now is version 3 of Axie Infinity. Just take a look at how good these graphics are. The game developers teased a lot of version 3 of Axie Infinity. They showed the gameplay, cosmetics, ruins, ranks, and more. They also released a land trailer. Take a look at this. As we look back at the developer's white paper and roadmap, we can see that they are indeed going by the plan. With my team's research, we can clearly see that they have big plans for the future, and they want to make the game more successful than today. Axie Infinity is more than a play-to-earn game, but is a community where they build, create, enjoyment, trust, and more importantly, friends we can enjoy the time to talk to each other. Let's talk about the SLP. The recent surge of SLP skyrocketing has made people's hopes up. People who hold their SLP had the hope that SLP will go back up from the dip last year. Here, take a look at the chart and how it goes back up after the Season 20 update in mere hours. SLP is the main currency you can earn in Axie Infinity. It is earned in the arena mode only due to the economic changes for Season 20. Talking about Season 20, why not check my previous video about Axie Infinity's Season 20 changes? You can check my previous video by clicking on the upper right corner of this video. Going back to SLP. SLP is important because you need it to breed Axies. With that alone, it's an important factor to the game economy. The amount of SLP you earn from winning in arena mode depends on your matchmaking ranking or MMR. The higher your ranking, the more SLP you are rewarded with. From 0 to 999, you earn 1 SLP. 1000 to 1099, you earn 3 SLP. 1100 to 1299, you earn 5 SLP. 1300 to 1499, you earn 6 SLP. 1500 to 1799, you earn 8 SLP. 1800 to 1999, you earn 10 SLP. 2000 to 2499, you earn 12 SLP. And lastly, 2500 and above, you earn 14 SLP. With that out of the way, let's talk about the most hyped topic of the upcoming Origin. Axie Infinity new release promises users a brand new interface, special effects, and free starter Axies to recruit family and friends in the economy. Sky Mavis, the developer behind Axie Infinity, is keen on opening the play-to-earn game to a broader audience. A lot of changes will arrive in Origin. The majority of the game mechanics will be revamped, like how the cards are being played per turn. In the current version 2 of Axie, Axies attack through the usage of cards in an order depending on how players queue it, but it depends on what speed of each Axie. But in version 3, speed won't matter anymore since it will be turn-based setting, like how Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, Yu-Gi-Oh is being played. Players will take turn to use their cards. Another thing that should be noted that the effects will activate as soon as it gets played. Not a thing anymore. Other V2 stats such as skill and morale will still also make a return to Origin. The Axies will just keep their HP or hit points to indicate how long they can last in a battle. Energies and cards will also not accumulate across turns, making the game faster compared to the current version where games could be at least 2 or 3 minutes long at a minimum, or can go up to 8 to 10 minutes depending on the deck engine of the players. The actual set of cards could also change in Origin. Some cards will have an attack or defense value rather than having both, which is seen on version 2. And additional cards for the eyes and ears per Axie will also be debugging in Origin, making it a 6-card set for each Axie rather than the current 4-card set representing its mouth, horn, back, and tail parts. There are also no more random crits. Ah yes, a much hated system in version 2 of Axie Infinity. The game factor that stresses out the Axie player is the random critical hits that occur from time to time in Arena. This actually disrupts your gameplay when playing. But in Axie Infinity Origin, the new rage system will be implemented. This is the game element that could be seen in fighting or RPG games wherein the meter will gain points through hitting and attacking the opponent. And once it becomes full, a powerful attack or skill, it could be activated. In the case of Origin, Axies will accumulate rage points and can help it perform a boosted attack of some sort, making it more calculated and skill dependent rather than the total random crits in version 2 of the game. Axie Infinity will also implement ruins and charms. Ruins and charms may be considered staples when it comes to RPG, MOBA, or any game that involves character skills and powers. For example, League of Legends Ruins. Players will have the option to choose their ruins, which have different power-ups or additional stats that can help them in the game. These will also be introduced in Origin, wherein every upgrade will cost players to spend an SLP fee. These ruins and charms can provide additional skills and effects to Axies. True Sky Mavis hasn't specified yet how it can specifically work in the game. We all know that in order to play the current version of Axie Infinity, you need to either have your own Axies or be a scholar by playing a manager or investor's set of Axies, splitting the earning to you and the manager's desired cut. But in Origin, you can actually play the game even if you do not venture or any of those mentioned options. This option of playing Axie Infinity without paying is a great feature for people who get into the game and learn it. You will be able to experience the new gameplay without any issues. Players will now have 3 starter Axies if they wish to launch Origin in their own device. Those 3 starter Axies can earn SLP though. This is a still good way for people to play Origin without spending money. Here is something interesting. Sky Mavis puts a disclaimer that players cannot earn SLP from using the 3 free starter Axies, for now at least. It is for us to see and know that they are planning for these 3 starter Axies. Axie Infinity Origin, or version 3 of Axie Infinity, will hit likely this year. I can't wait to invest in the game further. Talking about investment, let's get into some hot topics these few days. Axie Infinity has just sent out to Ronin 21 land items to 2,938 eligible accounts. These items were earned for migrating land and land items from Loom Network to the Ronin in early 2021. Sky Mavis also announced that they are appointing former Pokemon Go product manager Philip Law as Axie Infinity's game product lead. At Sky Mavis, Law will manage the Axie Infinity economy and game roadmap, as well as oversee the production of Origin and the land. Philip Law held various roles at companies including Facebook, Microsoft, and brings over 10 years of product management experience. Law experience will help with the future growth of Axie Infinity. Let's step back for a moment and look into the meta of Axie Infinity team composition. Axie has what you call a meta, just like any other game. When we say meta, it is the most effective tactic available to excel in a game. The current meta is to have 1 plant and 2 damage dealers in a team. If you're new to the game, it's recommended to start with the meta and work your way up to different builds. To be good in Axie, we don't have to necessarily follow the meta. We have the freedom to create our own meta team. It all boils down to own your personal preference at the end of the day. The most standard and most balanced team composition right now are Plant, Beast, Bird, Plant, Beast, Aqua, Plant, Aqua, Aqua. As you can see, Plant is a must in a team composition. Plant serves as a tank. The tank Axie is responsible for absorbing the majority of the damage dealt by the opponent. A good tank Axie have the following qualities: a high HP, preferably 50 plus stats, and at least 2 cards with a high shield rating, preferably 70 or above. Then the other 2 are the damage dealers. The damage dealers Axie should have the following qualities: high morale and speed stats, and at least 2 or 3 high damage cards, preferably 100 plus are required. This setup allows the player to do the greatest damage and win the most of their early games. As you gain more expertise in the game, you want to start getting incentive and replace one of your attackers with a support or utility Axie. Let's have a rundown on the topic we just tackled. First, we have the evolution of Axie Infinity. Second, we talked about SLP. Third, we tackled the new and upcoming version 3 of Axie Infinity. Fourth, we look into some of the hot topics of Axie Infinity in 2022. And lastly, we dove into the meta of Axie Infinity. Hey guys, did you like the video? Does that make you more hyped for the future of Axie Infinity? Please, why not hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can stay updated for more Axie related content. Heard of Twitter? Of course you did. Why not check out my Twitter page for some hot memes and hot takes? Links are in the description down below. Thank you as always for your time, because the pleasure is mine. Until next time guys, see you in the meta.